south. They dropped leaflets from the sky telling civilians that they could get a monetary reward or even save.
So what's your name, sir?
Tim Durst.
Mr. Durst, alright.
Are being held. We know there are 220 people.
Yeah, I just wanted to come down and see if I can get a complaint number. Go over my complaint for my record. That's pretty basic on that one.
Yep, I emailed that to you. I think it was 23051, but that's off the top of my head.
2351. I would like to make sure. I don't remember getting that. Yeah.
I just emailed it to you.
Okay. He just emailed it to me.
Just now?
Right before he called. I thought that's why he called, because I just emailed him and asked him to call me.
Okay.
The reason that he come down here is because two methods of contact were made to him after he filed his complaint, and we wanted to know what you wanted. Your office has contacted him twice. These are the facts, okay? And your office contacted him twice. He can show you, and that's why he come down here and he called you from this lobby. And now he was responding to your calls. He wasn't looking to make contact with you.
No, he was. He filed a complaint with us.
Yes, that's about a week ago.
Yep.
Okay.
So one of those emails was the receipt of complaint. So we emailed him a receipt of complaint, letting him know that we received the email, the complaint.
Hey, what did the email say on there?
The email is on my,
But what does the email say? Did it have a number on it?
no, I didn't have a number on it.
A case number? It had no case number.
Right, at that time he didn't, so.
I mean, he can shut his video off and show you the email. It states that you wanted, or somebody from Internal Affairs wanted to make contact with him. Okay? But it wasn't stating that they accepted the claim, that they founded it or unfounded it, or something to that effect.
It said that we received his complaint and we were looking into it.
No, I don't. No, he's gonna pull the email up.
Okay.
And that's why we're here. And it didn't have, I mean, prior to an hour ago, there was no case. There's the email.
What's the email?
You got the date and the time, right?
Did not happen in fact. The Palestinian people he continued have been subjected to 56 years.
Yeah, this will acknowledge receipt of your complaint filed by you on October 18th concerning the actions of a member of the department.
Okay,
That's the first line.
Okay. Let's read on. Here, I'll read it.
Mm-hmm.
Acknowledge we have begun an investigation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, where's the claim number? Where's it?
It wasn't attached to that.
Yeah, apparently it wasn't, but again, when I got his
Okay,
email
wait,
today asking
but
for...
when the policy and procedure of internal affairs. Now, I don't work for y'all, and I'm not an attorney or schooled in legalese, but I have read the policies and procedures, and when you submit a complaint, one of the first things is done is what? As for your SOP, what's?
We emailed that letter out stating that we
Sign
received
a claim. It's either okay. It's a letter that you've seen it, that you've either founded it or unfounded it, and you have a case number. At what point is a case number assigned?
We assigned the case number once we processed it, and we emailed that
Okay,
letter
so
out.
we didn't have the case number.
No, sir, not on that letter.
Not on either of them. Now you're stating that you just no. I don't have no special investigative powers. You know what I'm saying? But it's such that the obvious is the obvious, and there was no claim assigned to that. And the second contact that y'all made with him was to call me. You know what I'm saying? What for?
That's the money.
Why did you want to contact me? And that was you.
Yes, sir, because he filed a complaint, and I wanted to get information into the complaint he was
Okay,
filing.
but the complaint wasn't well developed?
I didn't say that, sir. I said I wanted clarifying information on the complaint that he filed.
What would the clarifying information be? You can get in here anytime.
Yeah, I mean, it was self-explanatory. I mean, it's their video, you know what I'm saying? And he was asking for more information to, I guess, to go on with his investigation. But it's well developed and it's very well understandable. So I don't understand, you know, what am I being asked for now? Only thing I like to have had was the complaint number.
Right.
You know, attached to my, so I can have my personal records.
Right.
So I don't understand why I need to answer any more things. It's their video.
Here's your phone.
It's their video, you know, and they welcome to look at their own video and go from there.
Correct. So if you don't want to participate in the investigation process any longer, you don't have to. You have that right.
Okay.
But generally, when someone files a complaint of
Right.
misconduct,
Right.
we generally interview them. We generally get the specific allegations of misconduct in order to conduct our investigation.
Right.
So if someone wants to file a complaint and
Right.
doesn't want to provide us any information, doesn't want to be interviewed, doesn't want to call me, they absolutely can. Well, I'll go off of what I have.
Okay.
That's what we want. That's what I wanted in the first place to go along with what you had, because there's enough there. You know, but then again, I want to show respect that I will contact you, not only call you, but I'll come down here and see you.
So very, very rarely do people, in my experience, the time I've been doing this, do people file this and not want any communication from us or don't want to provide any other information?
Well,
So if you don't want to provide any other information, if you don't want to be interviewed regarding the complaint form that we received that you filed, then that's fine. I got no problem.
No, see, I will be able and I'm willing to go ahead and make contact with you all and respond to you.
Okay.
But it's the fact that, you know, do your investigation and let me tell me what you found. You know what I'm saying? If my complaint is warranted or not. That's what I'm saying. I will be more than happy, because like
Before
I
it
said.
gets any more invested, he wants to know, is his complaint founded or unfounded? He doesn't understand why you were contacting him, because he didn't have a claim, so it left in limbo. Is this claim even, is this not, it's not a claim, is this complaint being processed?
We sent out that email stating that it was processed.
And then you found out another one that made contact with him when he felt his complaint was very well developed. Now, by a layperson's standards, I don't think it could be any more developed than it is, all right? And such being that,
So this is the complaint we received.
Right.
that's a portion of it.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. This is what we have.
Right.
Yeah, where's the
That
other
shit,
part?
yeah, there's another part.
There's the
That's
other
it,
part.
that's that right there. Yeah, that's it.
This is a public records request.
It goes along with that. If you read it in detail, I mean, I think the last line states,
Sabrina Singh, the deputy White House press secretary.
he requested the records prior to the IA complaint.
Okay.
The records didn't come back satisfactory for him. Okay, so he was requesting the records. He already opened a complaint with your department. So, along with that, preceding the IA complaint was the records request, which was not satisfied to his, what he requested.
Okay.
Then, the IA complaint follows. He already made the record, that's all that says. This is not a records request. This is not a records request. This is not a records request.
I
I
am
am requesting an exact, all that. But what's it say down at the bottom? I mean, let's not impinge on the contingency of one word. All right. I am requesting these records prior to the IA complaint. But these were not,
It says it right there, sir. I am requesting these records.
prior to the IA complaint, but these were not to my satisfaction. And as in the sequence of events, my records request first, then the IA complaint follows.
Right, so records request first, which this is the records request, which is why I emailed him and
Yeah,
wanted
it's a complaint,
clarification.
and his complaint is much more developed than that. It has the body worn camera 020923-0984. That's y'all's body worn camera, and I know beyond a reasonable doubt, if you see that number, if you look at these kind of numbers all day, you're easy to identify that that's not a VIN number of a car or a serial number of a weapon. It's distinguishable that that is a body worn camera.
No, sir, that's a CAD call number.
Okay, the CAD call number, okay, all right, same thing. It's the CAD call, the body worn camera, it all corresponds to that. I might be, I'm not off my square, but I might be out of, one word, just like down there at the bottom. Cause I've been helping Mr. Andre. He didn't want to bring this, I didn't want him to bring this forward yet, you know what I'm saying, to make this complaint yet. But he felt compelled to do so, so I helped him.
Okay.
Okay, and long story short, everything that I just said is on there. You did a records request, because that's part of the process before you make a complaint.
Okay.
Is the request of records. So he did that. He didn't it didn't satisfy his request.
Okay.
Okay, there's missing records.
Okay.
It's on there.
Yep.
Okay. Right, it's on there.
It says he's missing records, correct?
Right, okay, so that's part of the complaint, because this all goes with the complaint, the records request and the complaint. Well, you're out here offering rebuttal like it's not, you know what I'm saying, and it's on the video, right yonder. You're saying it's not a IA complaint.
It's a record request.
It's a records request. This is his IA complaint. On the IA stationery, it says, my complaint is that Officer Mateer came into my home and lied about it. My second complaint is Officer Vasquez's body worn camera is missing when I asked. Okay, that's the complaint, and this is supplement stating that he had requested records that went with this complaint, but wasn't satisfied by his records request what was garnered. So prior to the internal affairs complaint, he wants his records satisfied. In collusion each with the other, you know what I'm saying? That's how he wants it. And what doesn't a lieutenant of the police department understand about that?
Sure, if you guys
And
don't.
why are you making contact with him? Is that part of the mediation process? Is this investigation criminal or administrative? Those are a couple questions we would like to ask right now.
If you guys don't want to provide any further information,
No, that's
and
not
you
what
don't want to
you're
provide
making
any.
a statement. He's
Sure,
not
you're-
saying that.
You're talking over me.
Okay.
You're talking over me.
Okay.
You're talking over me.
All right.
If you guys do not want to provide any clarifying information regarding the complaint that you guys filed, you don't have to.
He's
I will
saying
not
that.
contact
That's something
you.
that
Sir,
you
you're
keep
talking
saying.
over me.
Okay, you're right. And that's
Okay, this is my case, so let me talk. What I'm saying is that I do not want to not say I'm not giving any input into this. I want to see what you all come up with. What I'm saying, I want to do the investigation and then contact me and say this is what you found.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Can I ask a question? Is this when he gave you that CAD number? I thought it was a BWC, but you're right, it's the CAD. Okay, and that's a little tiny hair-sized follicle of a misrepresentation in my vocab. Okay, what part of that isn't evident?
Sure, he's the complainant. I'll talk to him.
Now he has a couple questions. He wants to know, is this an administrative investigation or a criminal investigation?
I don't know, because I don't have clarifying information on this statement, and you guys are saying you don't want to provide it.
No, I
So
don't.
I will conduct my
What-
I did not
investigation.
say I didn't want to. I didn't say
Gentlemen,
See,
gentlemen,
we're afraid to go back there behind the door. You know what I'm saying? That's why he's involved me.
I understand that, I get that, and
That's
that's
what
why
I'm
I'm
saying.
here,
You're
and
saying I don't
that's why
wanna
I've
go.
explained all this. But here's what I'm saying is the information that you've provided,
Right.
I can look into it.
Okay.
Until I look into it with no context about what occurred here, I don't have any details
There's the
regarding
CAD
what
number.
The
occurred.
CAD number. It's the video
And we got it off the body worn camera.
that you gave me.
GPD gave him. There's all a record of it. And I know whenever you
And that's what I'm saying. So if you want me to
say
review
Andre
that,
Abrams, it comes up with.
If you want me to review that
Come up with your
stuff,
findings and then let me know, and then we'll go from there.
perfect.
But what
That's the
was the
clarifying
point
info.
of trying to contact him? What? Because I believe that the body worn camera with the CAD number stands alone.
I understand you believe that.
It's the officer's action entering the house beyond the curtilage, entering with it, and then he lied about it when confronted.
Sure, you've watched this body on camera video. I have not. I don't know what's on the body on
That's
camera
where
video.
he hasn't watched the
You
video.
haven't ever watched the video or anything.
That's why. So don't say.
Wouldn't that be part of your due diligence before you make contact with a complainant?
No, sir.
Because that seems awful intimidating to me. I'm just saying the way things are interpreted are beyond the facts that are already established.
Sure.
Okay? The police have a complaint. You're the complaint department. You
Let it be
contact-
known that Mr. Tim Durst is telling me that I do not want to get involved or give him any more information beforehand when Mr. Durst has not watched the video himself. What I'm saying is that when Mr. Durst watched the videos, it's self-explanatory. He can go back over and get in contact with the officers involved and ask them questions. And then we can all come together and then we can finalize this.
But it seems overbearing. I'll just use lighter words. It seems overbearing that you would ask him for more than what's there. Because what's there is the meat of the meal.
It's the whole meal, really.
I don't know what's on
But
this,
yeah.
but I've been doing this for several years, and generally when
And
people,
that's the-
generally when people file a complaint with internal affairs, they're willing to communicate with internal affairs, and they're generally willing to.
I'll hold you
Sure,
to your words.
sure,
I'm venomous.
sure.
Listen, I'm gonna-
Generally they will sit down with us and they will provide an interview, or they'll talk to us on the phone, and they'll provide us additional information regarding what they filed. I was
How can I
only
do a rec-
attempting to
I
qualify.
don't understand.
After he watched the video, I'm not gonna.
I don't understand. There's a due process and due diligence on your behalf.
But they're doing it backwards. They're doing it backwards.
I don't understand why you would try and contact a citizen and you have not proved any of the evidence. What would be the point of embarkation on that route? Well, why would you be going down that road?
To understand what the context of this.
He can't.
Alex,
He
Yeah,
hasn't
they
watched the
double
video.
talk to a little bitty feller, that's all it
He-
is. Hey, look here.
He hasn't watched the video.
I can literally fact check you with a records request. If that's the way you do business, I don't think that's in the policies and the guidelines that you contact.
Before you watch the video.
Before you ever even investigate. I mean, that's your due diligence. Now, that's just my personal opinion, but I'm sure I can fact check and find. That's not the prescribed avenue of approach or the sequence of events or, you know, whatever status is supposed to occur in that. That's an investigation, you know what I'm saying? And so investigate.
Investigate, it
If
is.
if you call,
Sure.
and I'm gonna do a records request, because I always follow through with what I say. And I'm gonna say like this here, if you are doing that, and I know who you are, I know who you are. And you know who I am. If you are investigating each one of your complaints in that methodology, that's very skewed. If not, some form of intimidation. If you contact a complaint, that's a very well-developed complaint. The fucking house is built, bro. Foundation, walls, windows, and dried in. That complaint that's your video. Your department gave him that video when he requested it. Now, when he did that, he filed a complaint. What part of that don't stand alone? And what part of your due diligence and investigation? And I'm gonna tell you, because this is a serious matter, because I know who you are, and you know who I am.
You keep
That's
saying
how you
so. I
do the
don't know who
investigation.
you are.
Oh, you know who Blue Steel, Sterling Brindle is.
Oh.
I'm Blue Steel on the YouTube, y'all. That's 7199. Okay. And you know I've done what, 6, 7 complaints here. Not a chronic complainer. But I just want you to know that I'm gonna put you on notice. I'm gonna pull them records and see if anybody will fess up to contacting each complainant without ever any due process in the investigation. Before Jump Street. That doesn't sound right, does it? That doesn't sound right.
You can have that opinion, sir.
No,
That's
you're
a
gonna have
fact.
to show me. You're gonna have to prove just what you said, mister.
That's the same thing.
And I'm gonna go after you balls to the wall.
That's the same thing
Because
he
you're
would
a
do.
liar and the truth ain't in you, and you're trying to intimidate this man. All this shit that's went on, because I know when you query his name, there's a whole list of shit. We just ain't saying it right up in here. Now, what we wanna know, straight up business, because me
What
and
don't
him
he
talked
understand
before.
about this? What doesn't he understand about this?
Gentlemen.
He's got a copy of it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd break contact too, Pop Smoke.
understand, sir.
Pop Smoke. Criminal or administrative investigation, what is it? Is this a process of the mediation? Is this mediation process? Because I'll let you opt out on that. That's a way out. Is this part of the mediation process? Because I'd like to see what the mediation process is like.
I don't know what you're saying, mediation process.
Is it not part of the internal affairs investigation that you can go to mediation first prior to even pursuing a complaint.
I'm not familiar with that term, and I'm not familiar with
How
that
long have you been
process.
working in IA?
2.5 years?
You're very well familiar with everything I just spoke of.
Okay.
And you can play like that if you want to. That's a bad look for y'all, especially at this time. I've been backing off.
Okay.
I've seen a lot of bullshit out of you,
I-
and I'm gonna hold you balls to the wall.
Okay. I've provided you all my contact
I don't,
information. If
look
you
here,
guys,
when you contacted him, I'm gonna flip you because that is a form of intimidation.
okay.
You don't even have a fucking complaint number. How you can
Contact me without any.
You all out of sequence of events, brother.
You have my contact information. If you guys want to provide any additional information.
He does.
You have
What
it,
what
so-
information would you need? It's here
got it.
right now. You wanted to carry him back there and interview him.
So,
Hey, look, just go run on behind the door. You can't look no worse than you already are. You know. Carry on.
okay.
This is caused a raise the hackle, so let's not just let the Israeli UN delegation here, but also the foreign minister, Ellie Cohen, actually.
I'm sorry, Andre. If I didn't represent you well, I'm sorry, sir. If you heard any coarse words, I'm sorry.
He ain't paying attention, man. He like what's going on. He like what's going on.
The UN ambassador has tweeted out.
Got the camera.
Yes, sir.
You know what's going on. It's just like you just said. It's a form of intimidation. He thought he had me. You know what I'm saying? He gonna make me
Those people are despicable, and that's just what we've seen. A big.
I thought it was black. It's okay. No problem.
Oh, he knows who I am. He knows.
he knows.
I know. All right, we're gonna cut this off.